Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon White. Last time we took a tour of Route 14 and headed up to the Abundant Shrine and arrived here in Underleveled, and today I'm going to be exploring Underleveled and also exploring the Underleveled Bay, which is this big old body of water out in this direction. Underleveled is a very seasonal town, it's a bit of a seaside resort, and as you can probably imagine there's going to be quite a bit more stuff happening here now. Less stuff happening here now than there would be in the summer because my game currently thinks it's winter. I don't know if I'll go to the effort of changing my DS's clock so that we can see this place during the summertime in this video, but regardless, I will be running around and seeing what I can find, turning on the dowser machine, finding some items hidden in the sand, and we'll be, I think we should be getting some stuff done in this video. All the same. So firstly, if I turn on the dowser machine and come up this way, I will find in the sand I think this is a pearl. That is a pearl. Just so that doesn't keep going off and bothering me. That's a stardust. I believe the pearl at least will regenerate periodically, so if you come back a little while later, you might find it again. I'm not sure about the stardust. Let's see. I thought there were more items in the sand, but it doesn't seem that there are. That's interesting. So let me start out in the Pokemon Center. Because I know that if I don't talk to people in there, I'm going to forget. And then I will run around the town a little bit and see if I can find anybody who has anything interesting to say. Do I have a villa in Adilla? You are rich. As a token of our new acquaintance, please accept this. What is this? I don't know what that's for, but I like it when people give me prism scales. What is that? Evolve a Seadra into a Kingdra on trade, I believe? I believe that's the prism scale. Or is that the dragon scale? Oh, prism scale is for Feebas and Milotic, isn't it? Let's see. Yes, you are just singing about the sea. Teach this move to your Pokemon and you can dive into the sea. That is HM06 Dive. Okay. That is basically an optional water-related HM in this game. I believe Waterfall is also technically optional. I don't think you need Waterfall for anything except some supplemental exploration in this game. Let's see. So, up here, there is this big ol', rather fancy-looking mansion, which might tell you that the people who look here are a little bit well off. We'll have a Pokemon battle here. Okay. Let's see. I don't think you're gonna be anything special. You're the richest Draco. Alright, nice name. A fellow dragon appreciator, I see. Let's see. This should be over fairly quickly. If I Brick Break you, I think that's going to be my strongest move. Razor Wind. That's a 2-turn normal type attack or flying type attack? I think it's a normal type attack. Even though it sounds like it should be a flying type attack. If I stand in against that, alright. Wasn't super effective, wasn't flying. And we'll just use that second Brick Break on the Weasel and finish taking you down. That's fine. Zach almost gained a level. Alright. So you're gonna give me $24,000 for winning. Yeah, the rich people in Pokemon games tend to give you a lot of money when you beat them up. Which is, not exactly sure if that reflects in real life, but it's it's nice if you're somehow in need of money in a Pokemon game, which you almost never are. Anyway, your dad is totally obsessed with items at the ruins. You're bored, aren't you? Come here tomorrow, too. I don't mind having a battle with you. Alright, I will have to, make a point to come back here every recording session or so, and I will be able to fight, I guess I'll be able to fight, I don't know if it's you or if I'll be able to fight other family members of the riches and get a little bit of additional experience every day. You are the ultra-rich billionaire. Cool. As you can see, my hobby is to collect rare items. In fact, this outfit is ultra expensive and rare. Can you see it? Can you? There's something about this billionaire. There's something that this billionaire wants to get his hands on, even if it means spending a lot of money. Do you have such a rare item? So this is, he's gonna say I don't have any. And this is a bit of a side thing that you can do if you go into the Undilla ruins in the bay and find all sorts of treasure and artifacts and whatever. You can sell them to him for exorbitant fees, which is like as if I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you're teaching me how to speak foreign language. All right. Where was I going with that? As if there wasn't enough money floating around in these Pokemon Black and White games already. This guy will give you, I want to say on the order of multiple millions of Pokédollars for, you know, giving him rare artifacts and whatever. So I think, let's see, I should probably turn on a Repel. I know that in Black 2 and White 2, the free space pocket was introduced, which is just a miscellaneous pocket in your bag, which you can move items that you frequently access to, and you can really... A Werelord? Well, 66, that must have been one of those rippling spots. I feel like that's a bit of a rare encounter. Should I try and catch you just because I can? Just because I want to try and catch a level 66 Werelord, because I feel like this is a bit of a rare encounter. Alright, so mister, I have something like 150 base HP. Let's try and Brick Break you, I guess, twice and you're gonna dive. That's cool. And I will take that dive, and that won't do too much damage to me. I will Brick Break you again. And that's going to... I think... Payback will still do a lot of damage. That might take you down. I might be better off just switching to Allison and trying to put you to sleep and using, I don't know, like Sludge Bomb or some neutral hit on you a few times. Amnesia. Yeah, especially with the increased special defense, because you're at +4 right now. Let's see, I'm going to hit you with a Spore, you're going to use Dive. If you poison yourself on my poison point, on my effect Spore, I'm going to be a little bit sad. Although if you put yourself to sleep, I won't be. Okay, and you put yourself to sleep, that's cool. Yeah, you're already asleep. Let me try and, I guess I'll Giga Drain you. Some of that HP back. I'm not going to KO you with a Giga Drain, unless I get a critical hit. Alright, that's perfect. And now I can probably start tossing Pokeballs at you, and let's see. Use myself an Ultra Ball. Got plenty of those. I guess I might as well get that one lone Pokeball out of my inventory, too. Alright, we caught ourselves a Werelord. It's not every day that I catch a random encounter that I don't intend on using on my team, but, might as well be a first for everything. Alright. Very nice. I will not be giving you a nickname. I did use a Werelord in-game once. It, honestly, I feel like it should be a worse Pokemon than it is. Like, I feel like it should do a lot... Excuse you? You spend a lot of time on the internet, do you? Alright, where was I going before that? That's a good question. Anyway, I'm going to surf around the Underleveled Bay. This is probably the closest to a water as we're going to get in this game. And there's going to be a bunch of trainers that I can fight out here. Hidden item on this rock, Heart Scale. There are a lot more Heart Scales just available for free in this game. Really? Alright, well that one was just a spiel that was there because Zach wasn't high enough. Oh, come on! Because Zach wasn't a high enough level to get away from it. Anyway, I'm going to fight a bunch of trainers, and then I think I'm going to go investigate the ruins with Dive. Are you going to tell me about Cynthia in a bathing suit also? Zach is almost at the point where I'm actually going to start needing hyper potions to fully heal him. Crazy, right? Okay, I would say this area isn't quite as scary as the last route, or at least some of the early routes that I was on when I was dealing with all the like level 60 somethings and my team was barely level 50. But this is still definitely giving me my money's worth in terms of difficulty. Let's see. I did, by the way, go and buy a couple more revives at a Pokemon Center in between videos. I think that was the first time I actually bought revives on my own in this entire series. Might have done it once or twice before, but it's definitely not something that I've been doing much of. Anyway, you see these spots here? If you have the HM for dive, and you have a Pokemon that can use it, you can dive down here and go into the ruins. I currently am going to have to, like, unlearn probably Waterfall from you if I want to be able to do that. So I'm going to do that after I clear our Ultra Trainers on this route. Alright, that was, for some reason I was surprised when you only had one Pokemon. I was expecting you to have like 3 or 4 because I wasn't actually paying attention to the number of Pokeballs that appeared on the UI when I started that battle. Let's see if you have more than one Pokemon. Am I losing my mind, or did Cloud9 on that Golduck kick in to clear the weather, and then the weather didn't clear? 'Cause I swear that's what happened. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, I think I need to go back to the Pokemon Center for this one, because my team's a little beat up after that. Alright, so there should be a couple more trainers out here. I don't know how many more exactly. I see that there is there's a swimmer here who can fight you. Alright, let's see if there's anyone else. can't say I remember exactly how big this place is. I feel like there are more trainers out here that I'm seeing, but I don't know if that's during the summer, like during the summer months, or if I'm thinking of Black 2 and White 2, or if I'm just losing my marbles. Let's see. I fought you already. I fought the people up there. I fought you in Cynthia's bathing suit. That came out wrong, and it doesn't seem like there's anyone else. All right. At the very least, I feel like there should be a what's it? Whereas like a fisherman on that little island over there, but I totally could be thinking of someone else. Also, did I say that this is like the only water route in the game? Because that's not entirely true either. Route 17 is a water route. So if we're done here, I am going to go fly on over to Mistralton City, where the move deleter is, and I'm going to get rid of, I think, Waterfall, at least for the time being, on Mew, and I'm going to teach Dive, and then I'm going to heal. I need to heal too. Alright, so that's been done, and I can come over here to this dive spot, and I can go into my menu, I can find the HM4 dive. HM6, not HM4. I can teach this to Mew, and I can dive down underneath the waves. Let's see. I would like to use dive, so good old coefficient of friction can use dive, and we can descend into the Abyssal Ruins. Alright, so I only learned this recently, but the Abyssal Plain is actually specifically a thing in the ocean, referring to like the bottom of the seafloor. I do not remember the exact like technical definition of where the Abyssal Plain like exactly is, like how many meters down in the water it would be, but it's a part of the seafloor. And the gimmick of this area here is there's going to be a bunch of carvings on the wall that you can read, and that's going to be not English or even unknown script or anything like that, but that's going to be some collection of symbols that you can look up an online translator for and translate into actual characters. And it'll tell a bit of a story about some good king and his kingdom and other shenanigans like that. I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to all the bits of story, all the carvings on the walls down here, because what I actually care about is picking up all these item balls. I believe, was that first one a relic copper? This one's a flame plate, which is one of the Arceus items. There's a bunch of things down here. You have, I believe, 500 steps in this maze down here to pick up all the items you can before you'll get flushed out by the current of water. That's a Draco plate, so it boosts Dragon type moves by 20% and change Arceus into a Dragon type. It is not possible to pick up everything on your first run through, or even on your second run through. I believe you really have to come through here like 4 or 5 times, if not more, if you want to be able to pick up all the items that you find down here. There's multiple entrances. You might have noticed multiple dive spots on the in the bay up above, and you can enter this dungeon from multiple directions, and that'll make it easier or harder to get to certain parts. Looking at the map of this place that I have on my other screen, I realize that I've already missed. I think this is where I came in. Already missed one thing, which isn't ideal, but hopefully I should be able to come down into, I believe, this corner. The dull sound is close, and that is a bit of a hint as to how many steps you have remaining before you get washed out. What was that? Was that a zap plate? Let's see if I can get one more item before I have... Alright, guess not. Let's see. So, it's probably worth mentioning that it's not possible to have a random encounter down there in the Abyssal Ruins, which is rather fortunate. You're probably likely to spend quite a bit of time down there, going around in the maze. Like I said, you have 500 steps before you get washed out, which is 2 whole max repels. Let me try going in this top entrance this time. So we can descend into to this entrance of the ruins, and we're going to be entering from a different part of the maze, and from here we'll be able to grab, for example, a stone plate. All right, and Yeah, I think I mentioned this, but if I didn't already, you can definitely find maps of this area. Alright, so that's our first warning. You can definitely find maps of this area online and follow them so that you're not just wandering blindly and so that you don't have to like guess if you picked up everything or not. That's a relic gold. You can sell that to the rich guy for an awful lot of money. Let's see. I feel like I missed at least an item down here, but looking at my map, I don't think I have, at least not in this direction. So let me try and go this way. I am debating whether I want to try and talk through this entire part of the game, or if I just want to, you know, do some Pokemon ASMR, or just let the rest of this play without talking, or let's see, where do I want to go next? I think this way, or if I want to do my speed up and play music thing, I might do either of those. I've never been a fan of just like having long stretches of video where I don't say anything and where the game just plays, but this is the sort of peaceful atmosphere where I could envision some people being into that. Let's see. That's a relic gold. Okay, that's another one. I think that's the second relic gold I found up here so far. And that's it. Alright. There's a... Alright, I'm gonna go down that entrance again. There's a... according to my map, I was very close to a second item that I could have picked up. That's probably easiest to get from this entrance than any of the other ones. I believe that is all of the items for me on this first floor. And I doubt that I've made it here in time, but if you make it to this block within a certain number of steps, I want to say if you make it to this block within like 100 steps or something like that, 200 steps, then you'll be able to pass through it, and you'll be able to move on to the next floor. There are a total of 4 floors in this area, and as we saw by the fact that I was not able to move through that block, I wasn't there in time. I did take a bit of a roundabout way to pick up the last couple items that I missed on this floor, and I'm gonna have to just waste a little bit of time until I get flushed out. I don't know if you can use an escape rope to get out early, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. I can just waste time. I want to say the path that's the fastest, the entrance that's closest to that central block is the one on the west side. So if I were to toss on another rappel, and if I were to come out over here and go down this dive spot, I should be able to get to that central purple block pretty quickly. Let's see, if I don't waste any time at all, and it's not like time is in seconds and minutes and hours. It's times and steps. But if I don't get lost, if I don't get turned around, even if I can save a few steps here and there by taking like the optimal route around a corner, should be able to get there within. Come on. Alright, so that's our first warning. I should be able to get there within the time limit. That's gonna be one to go this way. Alright. Wasted a couple steps. And it's just here. That's Repel's effect wearing off. That's fine. Yeah, so if I get here quickly enough, if I talk to that block, the block will move. We can move up. Each floor is gonna get progressively smaller. There's going to be a little bit less defined up here than there was down below. I'm fairly sure I'm still going to need multiple trips through here if I want to get everything. Definitely will need multiple trips through here if I want to get everything on the floor above this one. But that's a relic copper, relic silver. Let's see how quickly I can do this relic statue. So some fancier items. I think we've picked up all the Arceus place at this point. I think everything from here on out is going to be treasure. That's our second warning out of 3. Relic copper. And let's see if I go this way. This feels so much longer when you know you're on the clock. A relic band, that's cool. Up here, relic gold. I feel like I should be getting the third warning about now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get everything on this floor. This is a relic gold, another one. The treasure is closer and closer together. Yeah, there's a third warning. I've got 100 steps or so left. Another relic band. Relic silver. If you want a map for these areas, by the way, I'll have a link to, and that's it. I have a link to the Pokemon DB page, which I think has the cleanest map and the cleanest description of this area that I've found on the internet so far. That's the one that I'm following right now. Anyway, let me return to that spot. I don't think I'll do any more. I'll just cut away and pick up the narration where I left off without doing any super speedy fast forward motion, because the amount of random running around and exploring on each floor gets progressively less and less as you move up the ruins. Alright, so I have returned. I'm going to go past that little area where we got flushed out the last time. That's our first warning. This is a relic vase. And the last thing on this floor, I believe, is a relic gold. Alright. So, I do not remember which of the two obstacles is going to be here coming up. I don't know, do I need Flash or do I need a Werelord? Because I meant to pick up Werelord back in the PC, immediately after I caught it. That's not Flash. Alright, so this one is Flash. Not immediately after I caught it, but shortly after I caught it. During, one of the later trainer battles in that route. I did remember I can go up here. I did remember that I'm going to need a Werelord in my party, not unlike you might with the Reggies. If I wanted to progress here. And, let's see. Fortunately, that was not this one. I can pick up around this corner a relic vase. Okay. I can pick up around this corner a relic band. So we're definitely pretty much done with the plates at this point. Let me go this way first. Oh, really? That close to the item? Let me go get a Werelord. Alright, there are, by the way, 2 ways that you can go up. You can either, turn left and go up the top, passage up to the next floor, or you can turn right. They'll both end you up in the same place. So, as I was saying, that is a relic gold. And the amount of treasure is going to be, like, the treasure, like, per tile is going to be getting a little more dense as we climb the tower. That was, I didn't see what that one was, actually. This is a relic band. How much time do I have left? I don't think I've seen the third warning signal yet. Unless I haven't, I wasn't paying attention. That's the third warning signal. Let's see, the dull sound is close. That is going to be a relic band. There's going to be up here relic vase, and if I can get to the last treasure on this floor. Oh, I got the one that was over down this way already, didn't I? I didn't? Come on! I thought I did get that one already. Just think, if I'd taken just like any one more turn or slightly more efficiently on my original route through this, I could have let's see, I think I can go this way. I could have just gone, saved that one step that I would have needed to see, this is where I need Wailord, isn't it? Do I need a Wailord in front? I think I need a Wailord in front. But yeah, I could have saved one step and I could have been able to grab that one item on the last run. Oh, you know what? I don't need Wailord. Okay, I'm dumb. I must have been thinking of Reggie's. I need strength. I had to check back at my guide to remember that. Alright, wow. Good job, Dragonite. Let's see. So let's finish embarrassing myself and let's ascend to the final floor, which is going to be mostly a big empty room. We're going to get a relic crown. And we can talk to these other blocks, but these are mostly not very meaningful to us. Alright, I was able to get to the top before the third warning shot, that's nice. You can talk to the rest of these, but they're mostly meaningless unless you have the cipher. Again, I don't remember if there's like an NPC who gives you the translation, who gives you the cipher or something like that at some other point in the game, or if you have to just like work it out yourself and, I don't know.
Hey.
Let's fly back to Underleveled Town just so that I don't have to put on another repel. Alright, let's get my head back on my shoulders. So, probably mostly anyway, off screen, I'm going to be going back to this guy's house and, like, selling all the relic items. You can look at them in your inventory, they don't really do anything. That's not my inventory. They don't really do anything, they're just fancy, like, semi-lore related items that just exist to be sold. The implication, I suppose, is that the Abyssal Ruins and the Relic Castle off in the desert were once part of the same, like, grand civilization that no longer exists, but you can read however much or however little into that if you'd like. 300,000 Poké Dollars for that one Relic Crown. You can sell that. Alright, yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? And beyond that, you can go and sell all your Relic Golds, your Relic Coppers, your Relic whatevers for varying amounts of money. That's 10,000. Definitely, after you do this, money will be no object for pretty much the rest of the game. But I'm gonna off-screen that so that you don't have to watch me mash my A button through menus for, you know, the next 10 minutes. In one of these houses, and I don't remember which one it is, and I saved this for last on purpose, you can find a particularly interesting NPC. What's this? What an uncanny resemblance. It's surprising to meet another trainer who has intense eyes like that Pokemon trainer. What's her name? Okay, I'll remember that. Drago, it's nice to meet you. I'm Cynthia. I'm a Pokemon trainer too, like you. I have an insatiable curiosity for researching Pokemon myths. I can see why you would be coming here to the town next to the Undersea Ruins, huh? I'm staying here at my friend's villa so I can investigate them. In order to get to know each other better as Pokemon trainers, I would like our Pokemon to have a match. Would you care to be my opponent? So you can do this now, or you can do this later. Because I am completely 100% out of my mind, I'm gonna see what happens if I do this now. Before I send out my Pokemon, my heart always begins to race. Interesting, the Pokemon and the Pokeballs are radiating a happy feeling. Are you the reason? What are you? I am someone who is currently in way over his head, and this is a battle which I am almost certainly going to lose, but you know what? I want to see if I can get away with it anyway. Or I suppose it would be a, more accurate to say I want to see how close I can get to getting away with this. So we're going to be, I have my full team of 6 by the way, I put me back in the PC because that would be, you know, shift the balance just a little if I had Mew with me. But I'm going to be leading off with Lime, tossing out some Stealth Rocks for some free damage on the other 5 Pokemon who she may or may not try to throw in. You used Will-O-Wisp on me, and that is going to lead into my second plan, which is going to be switching in Zach Reedy, who has Guts for the ability, who will have his attack go up should he get burned. Alright, perfect. That's a free 50% attack buff. Let's see, unfortunately you're a Ghost type, so I can't use Brick Break on you. So that'll leave Stone Edge, Payback, and Earthquake. These will all have 100 base power, assuming I get to go second. Which I think I will against something that's 20 levels stronger than me. Stone Edge has a chance for a critical hit, but it also has a chance of missing. Alright, that's fun. Maybe this isn't the matchup for Zach. Let's see. So I think instead, by the way, Nightshade, I took off the Silver Powder, gave her the Razor Fang because, you know, one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. If I can get a free flinch now and again, that'll be pretty nice. I'm not sure if that's really going to be coming into effect in this battle, but I will do my best. So let's see. So let's switch into Allison. If I can poison the Spiritomb and get some free damage and have it so that it doesn't really matter if I miss my attacks for a few turns or not, that'll be great. Of course, you being a boss-like trainer, you will be attempting to heal this Spiritomb once in a while, should you get down to low health. Okay, good, that one hit. Full Restore will cure the poison if I'm able to get a poison off, which is, you know, something I really want. So now we're at +4 on our evasion. Alright, so what's that? 3 over 6, or 3 over 7 rather, chances of hitting you. So that's about 40%. 3 over 8, 37% chance of me hitting you. Alright. And if you go all the way to +6, oh, you have pressure, don't you? So I'm gonna be really wasting power points on a Sludge Bomb if I don't get to hit you. You're at +6, which is 3 over 9, so I have a 1/3 chance of hitting you. And I'd really like it. I'd really like it if I'm actually able to hit you and poison you. Do I have a regular ether? I have a regular ether. Probably should have a... Let's do that. Probably should have PP maxed that Sludge Bomb before I did this, shouldn't I? Alright. So you have Will-O-Wisp. I'm trying to tabulate your moves. You have Will-O-Wisp, you have Double Team, which is not going to be effective anymore. You have Sucker Punch. If you can poison yourself, that'll be great. Which didn't happen. Okay. That's a problem. Come on. Effect Spore, poison yourself, or do something anyway. Prefer poison because... Wow. Okay. Again, not altogether surprised that this is going poorly for me. But makes me sad nonetheless. Really, if you didn't have Double Team, this would really be that much easier. You know me, I'm not a fan of evasion strats. I'm not the most hardline Smogon fanatic, but I do think that there are some common sense, you know, courtesy rules like don't use evasion in Pokemon battles if you don't want your opponent to slap you in the face, which I appreciate it when people abide by, and fortunately that also sometimes goes to the AI also. If I'm not even able to get through one of Cynthia's Pokemon, I'm gonna laugh. I'm also not gonna be entirely surprised because, you know, like I insinuated evasion, but let's see. Can't use Slash. Cross Scissor will be a neutral hit, Iron Head will be a neutral hit. You're gonna be going first anyway. And we're... Have I gotten one hit off since that first one? And there goes my attack. Because I think I've only gotten the one Sludge Bomb off, and I think that's really it. I think that's really all I've been able to do to this thing so far. Still resist Ghosts in this generation. Alright, so that's Sucker Punch, Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, and Double Team are your 4 moves. Alright, finally! Of course I'm burned, so that's not gonna do much. And there goes Argo. Sorry, Argo. I'm trying to think. If your only attacking moves are, Will-O-Wisp and Sucker Punch, like, if I have, like, a normal type that can attack you indirectly, I would be good. Although I suppose there's still the burn. You could attack me with the burn. nothing else for it. I'm just gonna try the Stone Edge. I don't think you can one-hit KO. I guess you can one-hit KO Zach. Alright, almost one-hit KO, because I did have the burn. I was gonna say, Spiritomb is mostly a defender. I don't think you can one-hit KO any of my Pokemon, and then you did, so there goes that. I can use Sludge Bomb on you. I am faster, and we're gonna avoid the attack. Alright. I've gotten 2 hits in on you in total. I've said a few times over the course of these videos that I've gotten pretty lucky with things like accuracy and confusion. I think it's safe to say I haven't gotten lucky with accuracy in this one, which is a bit unfortunate. You're my last Pokemon, are you? Again, once again, Stone Edge just for fun. Just watch me actually land this one and have it do about 2 damage because I'm burned. How many power points does Spiritomb even have on, like, any of your moves? Because I feel like you should be running out at some point. There's a Stone Edge, finally. And indeed, that did do, like, 2 damage, and that's the battle. Alright. Wasn't expecting to win that one. If I'd gotten through the Spiritomb, my chances of winning would have gone up dramatically because I would have actually been able to, like, you know, hit some of our other Pokemon. Because they don't have +6 evasion. But, yeah. That lead sucks. Anyway. That was fun. My name is Michael. I'm gonna end it off here. This has been Pokemon White, whatever, outros. Next time, we're gonna be going up this way. Route 13, I believe that's gonna be. And I'll be back to fight Cynthia way towards the end of the game. I hope you will enjoy that, and I will see you all later.